Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wake Up Your Badass. I'm Jake Kelly with jakeandjoy.com, and today I'm coming to you from my brand new redone office. It's almost completely finished. I will at some point do a little live video tour of it so you guys can see it. It went from being a total storage mess to this beautiful, beautiful workspace. And it's actually totally transformed my brain to have a workspace just for my business. So that has felt really awesome. So I would love to hear where you guys are chiming in from, where you're watching in from. I'm doing this show by myself today. My mom will not be joining us. She's got another appointment that she's got to go to, so it's just going to be me. So today's topic is about multitasking and kind of the myths around multitasking. And, you know, so many of us are like, oh, I'm a multitasker, and like kind of wear it as a badge of honor. And for a lot of us women especially, that's really huge for us. So if you're watching, give me a 1 if that's you. If you feel like you're a badass, awesome multitasker, give us a 1. And then we're gonna be talking about, how to be more efficient with your time. So, also give us a 2 if you feel like in your business, a lot of times you sit down to get some stuff done and you end up not getting nearly as much done as you needed to or you thought that you were going to. So give us a 2 if that's also the case. So I want to talk about 2 things today. So the first thing is this multitasking piece. And the problem with multitasking is that our brains can only really focus on one thing at a time. And when we jump from thing to thing or try to do multiple things at once, we don't have the focus on that we need for any task. So we're doing all tasks half-assed. And so, so what happens is, so say we sit down to our desk and or wherever, and we're getting started on something and we've got a lot of momentum happening. We're really focused. And maybe it's like, 5 or 6 or 7 minutes, or, maybe it's 20 minutes that we're like really dialed into what we're doing. And then our phone beeps or it rings or someone knocks at the door or the dog barks or, kid wakes up from a nap or whatever. That disruption, it takes your brain 11 minutes to get back to being fully focused again. 11 minutes. So you can imagine with most of us, we have a phone alert going off, an email alert going off, a Facebook notification happening, someone calling us, the door ringing or whatever, like constantly. So you can see that. So say, you're working for 20 minutes, you get distracted by something, then maybe 5 minutes later you're distracted again. So you never are getting back to that fully focused, dialed in place. And so we're not being as efficient as we could be with our time and not getting done what we could be getting done in that time. So the technique that I'm going to talk about today is called the Pomodoro Technique. And if you've heard of this, give us a 3. Give us a 3 if you've heard of this. And it's just a way to stay on task and be really focused in what you're doing and avoid those distractions. So here's how it works. So you want to look at how much time do you have. So, how much time do you have to sit down and work? If it's a couple hours or 3 hours or even an hour or whatever it is, then you want to kind of chunk it up. And you want to start sort of slow because you're getting your brain used to doing this. And you want to work in 20-minute increments. You can work your way up to about 45 minutes to an hour, but start at 20. So you set a timer on your phone for 20 minutes and you sit down at your desk and you have your task that you're working on. And it's that one task. So if it's replying to messages, then you're just doing that. If it's sending new messages, you're just doing that. If it's scheduling Facebook posts, then you're just doing that. So it's not like 20 minutes of like sending a message, then responding to a message, and then scheduling a post. It's one task that you're working on for those 20 minutes. You set a timer, you turn off your notifications, you turn off, email stuff, you can put headphones in if you need to, and you just dial in on that one task. And when your timer's up, then you have 10 minutes of off, which means you're not checking your phone, it's not checking emails. It's like get up, go outside, make a cup of coffee, go for a walk, meditate, do affirmations, whatever it is that you do to relax, but don't use that time to, just fill your brain with more stuff. Don't check email, check Facebook, any of that stuff. Don't return calls, don't check Voxers. Then you're back on for 20 minutes. The same thing, and then next task, or if you haven't gotten finished with the first task, you're back on, really dialed in, focused. Off for 10 again, which is again, off as in like not checking messages. Back on for 20, and then off for 30, and that's where you can check emails, check messages, kind of get caught up on what you missed. And if that's all you can do, awesome. Like you'll find that you're more productive in those 3 20-minute increments than you normally are all day, or than you and more efficient than most other network marketers, most other entrepreneurs who aren't using this technique. And then if you can do it again, cool. If you can do another cycle of it or whatever, or maybe you can only do one extra 20-minute on cycle, but taking that time to be really super focused on what you're doing will have you get your work done and then let you have the freedom to do whatever it is you got to do in the rest of your day, knowing you already got your work done. Because last week we talked about DMO and kind of getting a plan, and now this is how do you be the most efficient that you possibly can with your time, and get all the work done that you need to, so you can still have time to do the rest of the stuff you need to do in your day. So for me, I'm full time in network marketing, and so while that's awesome, what the challenge becomes is I have all day to do my business, and so I'm like, oh, I can do that later, or oh, I can, I kind of spread it out. So I sit down to work and I get distracted by Facebook, and I kind of do this in little bits and pieces, and I'm like, the end of the day comes, I'm like, man, I didn't do anything very well today. I got my DMO done, but it took all day. I didn't get to do any of the other stuff that I wanted to do today. So really getting dialed in and focused and having that focused time is super, super, super key. So what I would love to have some of you guys try this if you're up for it, and then report back and let me know how it went and if it was really productive for you or not. The final thing is, in the description of this video above, I put a link to our Facebook group. We have a private Facebook group for people in network marketing, online marketing, social media marketing, any type of entrepreneurship. And we have lots of great tools and training in there, as well as people that are also doing this technique as well. So we're kind of partnering up with people who are doing this, and it'd be a great place to find an accountability buddy to work with as well. So that's all I have for you as a quick show today. So get in our Facebook group. There are a couple of questions that you have to answer in order to be accepted into our group. And if you're with our parent company, this group is not for you. You're already getting this training by being part of our company. And that's all that we have. Feel free to reach out to us with questions about this or anything else pertaining to your business. We'd love to help you create the success that you're looking for. So that's all I got. I'm Jake Kelly with jakeandjoy.com, and we will see you next week.